Ronnie this, Ronnie that. Everyone's talking about Ronnie. Go on, Ronnie. But are we talking about him for the right reasons? Welcome to Pocket Watch, your bi-weekly snooker catch-up. Today we have a full roundup of the German Masters, an updated Pocket Watch power rankings, talking balls, our fan section, and we'll take a look at the World Grand Prix. So enough flirting, let's get into it. The German Masters, what a tournament, what a venue, and what a spectacularly inaccurate week of predictions from yours truly. Check this out. It's semi-final Saturday in the German Masters and we've got some fantastic matches lined up. This afternoon we've got Shaun Murphy taking on Neil Robertson. It's prediction time. I'm going for Shaun Murphy in this one. I feel like he's been more consistent throughout the tournament and the way he played against Kyren Wilson was almost flawless. And here's where I think we might disagree. This evening we've got Judd Trump against Ali Carter and I'm going with Ali Carter. I don't need to justify myself to you. I don't owe you anything. I may have been wrong about Ali Carter, but boy was I right about Shaun Murphy. In the German Masters, amongst others, he's faced Mark Allen, Kyren Wilson and Neil Robertson, and the combined scoreline is 16-2. You have to say, based on that form, you've got to pick Shaun Murphy against Judd Trump in the final, particularly as Judd Trump has been in several finals already this season and has lost all of them. So for me, I'm picking Shaun, but who are you picking in tonight's German Masters final? Fortunately, I have zero problems admitting when I'm wrong. Just ask my therapist. But this was a particularly unpredictable week. I bet against Judd twice and I was wrong twice. He looked almost back to his best. It wasn't flashy Judd, it was calm, controlled, efficient, and that is the version of Judd that wins tournaments. He's been talking about this 1% of confidence that's been missing for a while, so if that's what the difference maker was in this tournament, the timing of that could not be better building up to the Worlds. But aside of the final, for me it was Shaun Murphy that produced the best snooker of the week. He just couldn't maintain it, and maintaining it is one of the biggest factors of going on a deep run in the Worlds. It is a marathon and it requires endurance. Can Shaun do it? Absolutely he can do it. He's done it before, but that was 20 years ago when I could get off the sofa without making involuntary noises. But endurance aside, that run of beating Mark Allen, Kyren Wilson, Neil Robertson with a combined score of 16-2 was incredible. And Judd still beat him, so all credit to Judd. So does this mean that there's more silverware for Judd this season now that he's back to his winning ways? I guess we'll find out, but for now, here's my one thing that mattered from the German Masters. Ronnie, he's hardly ever lost to Ali Carter. At the UK's, he never really got going, and the Masters just didn't really happen for him at all. But specifically against Ali Carter, something looked off. And for me, that was the cue ball, and when Ronnie's cue ball goes, everything else tends to follow. Don't lose your tiny little minds yet, just wait. More on Ronnie later, including what you lot have had to say about him, but I can tell you one thing for now, Ronnie doesn't make the power rankings. Okay, a quick reminder of the rules. This isn't world rankings or career achievements. It's a quick snapshot of who I think is playing the best snooker right now. After winning the Masters, a run to the quarters in the German Masters keeps Kyren Wilson in the top 5. Sorry, I know some people don't like the no-look shots. Despite a run to the semis in the German Masters, Neil Robertson does drop to number 4, but he is having a fairly consistent season with some very heavy scoring, 50 centuries. Halfway to a ton of tons. Until he lost to Judd in the final, Shaun Murphy produced the best snooker at the German Masters, and he's done that fairly consistently, apart from some shocking performances in other tournaments this year. A worthy number 3. And the top 2 stays exactly the same. Mark Selby's had a tricky couple of tournaments, yes, and Judd Trump is finding some form. This is the closest that this has been all season. But sustained form beats momentum. For now. And this is where power rankings stop being useful at all. Because Ronnie O'Sullivan doesn't fit this system. Last week I posted a video about Ronnie's performance at the German Masters. Let's have a look. Is Ronnie O'Sullivan done? Is this the season where he finally stops winning? Last night, Ronnie lost to Ali Carter in the German Masters and looked pretty mediocre. And when I went to see him at the UK Championships, he did not look at his best at all. He looked under par and, let's face it, distracted. But we've seen him have dips in form before. We've even seen him take whole seasons off. But is it different this time? And obviously now that I've said this, he's going to go on and win that 8th world title this year. So what do you think? Is the GOAT done, or has he got plenty of mountains mountains left to climb, or grass to eat. I don't know what goats do. Like, comment, subscribe. That video got the most responses that I've had on any video that I've done on this channel since I started it in October. And like a wacky comedian making a guest appearance on a sitcom, there were some contrasting takes. Among my favourites, Irons and Lions said, Ronnie is not fully committed to snooker anymore. He won't win another title again. The other players are too good now. While Omi said, Ronnie won the Worlds after a year off. Remember, he's got the most natural cue action in the world. With him, it's mind over matter. If he clicks and gets a decent draw, I think he can still win the Worlds. And Daniel Ali chimed in. He was literally one frame away from winning 500k in Saudi. Let's not forget the two 147s. Just needs to play more. Particular shout outs to regular TikTok contributors Paul147 Snooker and Respect My Authoritar. And on YouTube, big thanks to JJ Snooker and Matt M4331. And now it's time for the big question. Does Ronnie have that 8th world title in him? Based on this season, I'd have to say no, but based on everything else that he's ever done, you gotta say yes. There's been countless times over his 500-year career where we've written him off and he's come back every single time. I just don't think that a man that can score back-to-back 147s at the highest level in this sport is done. Do I think he'll win an 8th? Yes. Do I think it will be this season? Not convinced. And this topic seems to split the snooker world absolutely in half. So which side of the fence do you sit on and why? Best comments get read out next episode. The World Grand Prix is where all of this gets tested. We've had 2 full days of play so far, and the big story coming out of Hong Kong, Kyron Wilson is out, losing to Zhao Guodong, who's having one of the best seasons he's ever had. Mark Selby also won his match 5-0, proving why I'm right and you're wrong. And by the time this lands, we'll know even more about where Ronnie's at right now. So, looking ahead a bit, what does this tell us? Well, it tells us that Kyron Wilson won't be defending his Players' Championship crown up in Telford. Now, I'll be up in Telford for some of that week, so I'll be reporting live from there. I'm from Dudley, so getting back up to the Midlands is going to be... And if you're there, make sure you come and say, all right, cocker. That's episode 4 of Pocket Watch, and like Ronnie's cue ball control, it was loose at times, but essentially it was the best thing that the snooker world has ever seen. I'll be back in a couple of weeks when we'll look at the World Grand Prix and we'll update the power rankings. For now, why don't you tell me where you stand on the whole Ronnie debate, and why am I wrong? See you in a couple of weeks.